Well, hi there. It is Monday, Memorial Day, the 27th of May. This is Journal 61 and T plus 55. T plus 55, which is exciting. Um, it's interesting. Yesterday, I was having a pajama day, and how important it is to have the opportunity to think about the things that you have to do to sort of recalibrate um, your to-do list. And I think that happened yesterday. I think I did it. 75. I didn't want the day to be a total blip, but I woke up this morning. I had more energy than I had yesterday. We waited for the home care nurse to come and clean out. Because you never know exactly when they're going to come. You have an idea, like we prefer that they come at 9 o'clock. So usually they'll be done at 9:30, and that doesn't destroy the rest of the day. But it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes they have other clients that they have to see first. Sometimes you wind up with someone off the bench, a replacement player. All of it's good. I mean, as far as that's concerned, they're very highly competent. But depending on when they come, it sort of orchestrates the rest of your day. Today, I went downstairs and got on the treadmill, and I was on the treadmill for an hour. And it's interesting, and it sort of points to the general subject I'd like to share with you today, and that's recalibration, and what a day like yesterday can mean to you. Personally, there are two treadmills down there in the workout room here at the hotel. But I also have a Garmin Fenix 2 watch, sport watch. I have a foot pod, which I've measured to actually ensure that it's accurate. No point in having equipment if it's not accurate. That's a lesson that I learned over 50 some odd years working as a professional mechanic and a technician, and owning the shop where we fix cars, usually difficult diagnosis, inspection, and testing over the years, and learned the importance of having not only the best equipment, but having that equipment calibrated properly. Now, it's interesting because, I go down into the workout room and I wear a heart strap, a heart monitor. I wear a foot pod and my Garmin watch, if you can see it in there. And the damn thing is really accurate. But what was fascinating is that the treadmill, and I thought I was walking 2.5 miles every time I got on it for an hour. Turns out, with all that equipment that I have, it's 3 miles. It's not a huge difference. It's a good walk. I need to walk, eat, walk, drink. That's not going to change for the next year or two. Hopefully, it'll become such a deeply ingrained habit that I won't forsake it in the future. But after I did that, I went back to the book and I looked through the book, at things that I need to take advantage of and things I need to address. And then I worked on a column that I've got to turn into the magazine I write for, Ratchet and Wrench, for 10 Mission Publishing. And while I was in the midst of that frenzy of activity, which is probably more than I've done in a short period of time, in a very long time, I recognized that subconsciously I had prioritized everything I needed to do today, yesterday. Um, Not only the order, but in many cases, the content of the changes I wanted to make with regard to misfire, but also um, what I wanted to add to the column that I've started that I'll need to turn in within the next few weeks. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't recalibrated, if I hadn't double checked to make sure that I was focused on exactly what it was I needed to do in order to be exactly where I wanted to be. Um, and that's, I think that that's one of the reasons that you meditate. I think that's one of the reasons that you're mindful. I think that's one of the reasons that that you're involved in so many of the things that are important to you. Um, I think I mentioned before that I've been studying, looking at, learning the first what they call the long yang family Tai Chi form. Um, and you learn that in 3 sections generally because it's 134 poses or postures. And it's significant. I got really excited because yang is the most popular of all of Tai Chi families that are out there. And I got all excited because they offer it at the hospital. And I think I've mentioned that before in other emails or other blogs where we've discussed this. And when I got there, I found out that they do offer Tai Chi. It just happens to be Wu family Tai Chi. And there are 2 different kinds of Wu family Tai Chi, just like there are 2 different kinds or many different kinds of Yang. One of them is more restorative and designed to help you remain well, and the other's combat. And at first I was kind of frustrated, and then I realized, hell, this is another opportunity to learn something new. And I embraced it. So this idea of being, of calibrating your actions to make sure that they're in line with your values and your beliefs and who you are and where you want to be is critical. But I think it's equally as critical to revisit those things every once in a while and make sure that the equipment's calibrated properly. In other words, it's important to go back and recalibrate, ensure the accuracy of the testing equipment. Or in this case, it's your beliefs and values, what's important to you, and what you're going to dedicate time to in order to get where you're going, in order to do what's important in your life. So today was a really productive day. I'm extremely tired as a result of it, both mentally and physically. But I'm really satisfied and content because I accomplished a lot today, and hopefully we'll accomplish a lot more tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a really early lab, a 7:30 lab, which is ugly, and an 8:30 appointment with the doctor, which is going to be an adventure. After that, I think Leslie and I are going to go replenish our supplies because there isn't a lot of space here for pantry space for stocking supplies, food, whatever. And after that, I'm going to revisit the workout room and walk for another hour. So I'm going to get my appropriate amount of rest tonight, recognizing that I'm still recovering. I was able to do the 3 miles, so I'm hoping that my hemoglobin is high enough so I won't necessarily require transfusion. And hopefully my platelet count has remained where it needs to be. But we don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. So until tomorrow, stay well, take care. Don't get in any trouble. I hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. See you then.